Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday. Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. I'm excited for my guest today. Going to be visiting with a gentleman from an organization called Junior Achievement. He's the CEO, Jack Kosakowski. I probably got that wrong. I'm almost positive I did. I'll ask him how to say his name so I don't get it wrong. But we've got Jack coming up. He's the CEO of Junior Achievement USA. We'll be chatting with him during the program today. Also, I got a quote here from John D. Rockefeller. You've heard of that guy, right?
Oh, yeah.
He says, "Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great." I love that. I think sometimes good is the enemy of great because people are afraid to, strive for greatness because they don't want to give up the good. So I like that quote. Don't be afraid to give up the good to go for the great. John D. Rockefeller. Great quote on this great Wednesday. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's National DNA Day. It is also National East Meets West Day. National Hug a Plumber Day. If you're a plumber, you better be ready for that today. Can you imagine if it was just all of a sudden, something like that?
Random people coming up to you, giving you hugs.
I wonder how many people will do that today. I encourage you to be one of those people. Hug a plumber. And then when they are looking at you like you're crazy, remind them, today's Hug a Plumber Day. I'm sorry. It's the law. National Telephone Day today. I wonder how many people use a telephone today now. Oh, yeah. They probably were going to anyway. National Zucchini Bread Day. National Administrative Professionals Day. And that is the Wednesday of the last full week in April. So that's apparently what today is. So time flies when you're having fun.
I don't think I've ever had zucchini bread.
Nor have I. We had zucchini, though. That was good. We didn't make it into bread. We made it into something else. All of that fun stuff happening on this Wednesday, the 25th day of April.
John and Heidi.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-818-3967. 800-818-3967. That's 800-818-3967. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
John and Heidi.
Coming up, we've got your brain on drugs. But first, 2 men in China were arrested after a drunken get-together ended when a shot was fired and one friend was shot in the groin using a makeshift gun that was shooting soybeans.
Oh, okay.
Well, there you go. One of the men is accused of possessing a firearm that was made from a modified nail gun and turned it into this soybean shooter. So there
I
you
bet
go.
it shot it out pretty
I'm sure
darn
it did.
fast, too.
Yeah. That's not a good plan.
That probably didn't feel very good.
No, he got shot in the soybeans. No, he got shot with a soybean. He got shot in the groin. I think I was right the first time.
The grain.
Either way, this is just a dumb story. You can take things away from people. They're going to come up with a way. If it's not this, it's that. But it doesn't shock me at all that alcohol was involved. What does shock me is they did this in China. I didn't realize they had rednecks in China. Apparently, we're everywhere. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
Each day at this time, we talk about people doing dumb things under the influence, but addiction is no laughing matter. If you or someone you know needs help, there's a toll-free number you can call.
1-800-438-0380.
That's the Addiction Hope and Helpline.
1-800-438-0380.
And this is your brain on drugs. A Florida man arrested on drunk driving charge was in his underwear behind the wheel, according to police, who noted that his drawers were imprinted with the words breathalyzer and the phrase blow here, which were on the front of his underbreeches.
That is awesome.
They spotted a Dodge pickup truck weaving on Port St. Lucie Highway around 3 a.m. A police officer pulled over the vehicle outside of a Best Western hotel. The driver, 54-year-old Darrell Lee Campbell, was handcuffed due to his furtive actions and officer safety. I don't know what that means. Apparently, he was just not being nice. It says here, he was barefoot and in his underwear, and he seemed jittery and was unsteady on his feet and appeared to be under the influence of a stimulant. After Campbell declined to perform a field sobriety test, he was arrested on a DUI charge. A search of his ride turned up all kinds of interesting stuff, which we're not going to go into on a family program. You can read it in the show notes if you want to. But they said that they have an idea of what he was up to. There are known prostitutes in that neighborhood. And he was, we'll just say he was under the influence of many things. There we go. I have a link to this on our show notes blog at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. One of my favorite movies of all time is Caddyshack, and I don't know why I like it so much.
I love Caddyshack.
I was just a kid when it came out. I didn't watch it back then, but I've watched it since then, and there's a lot of stuff in the movie that probably isn't good. But there's a new book that claims the filming of Caddyshack was fueled by rampant cocaine use.
Oh, I'm sure.
I just think that's really sad. It's such a
I'm
great
sure it
movie.
was. I
and
mean, you
think
hear
they were all-
they were all Saturday Night Live characters, most
Yeah.
of them, and you
Not
hear
all,
them
two
talking
of them.
about stories even just from Saturday Night Live that
Yeah.
it was.
Well,
awful.
I still like it, Caddyshack in the news, because there's a new book out talking about all the behind-the-scenes stuff. And one last thing, the film XXX, the XXX franchise, is going to have a fourth movie. Now, this isn't a naughty movie. XXX was like a Vin Diesel
Yeah, it's like action
movie.
Yeah.
And Vin Diesel will be reprising his role as Xander Cage for another XXX movie. I don't know if that's, again, the fourth movie. I missed the first three, so I'm going to have to catch up, I guess. Or just skip the fourth one, too. This has been Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
John and Heidi.
Now, your scoop of the day, courtesy of 49bydesign.com. The Cash Me Outside girl has been nominated for a Billboard Music Award. So, I don't know, maybe she's a good singer.
What on earth is
I don't-
happening?
You know what? She might be talented. Who knows? I don't know. Pro wrestler John Cena made his ex-fiancée Nikki Bella sign you ready for this? 75-page prenup before moving in together. A 75-page prenup? Couldn't you just fit it all on one page? What in the world was the other 74 pages? I think it was an attorney saying, hey, we got some money coming here. I got to keep typing for a while. Get back
I
to me
don't
in a few
blame
hours.
him if you've done very well on your own and
That would be the
and
thing that
you've
would-
got somebody. I mean,
Heidi, that would
you
be
always have to worry about people being
Yeah.
gold diggers and just coming after you just for your money and.
that would be the thing that would be really tough about being successful. Luckily, we never have to worry about that.
Exactly. You know darn well I did not marry you to get to your money.
Yeah, Heidi did not marry me for my money. If she did, well, we spent that all the first day. So now what? David Copperfield is in the news. He was forced to reveal the secret behind his biggest magic trick ever in court last week. Can you imagine having to disclose like the secret on how you do things like that in court? I don't quite understand why that was needed. What is he? I haven't been paying attention.
I don't know what he's being sued for. I don't know. He's not a nice guy though.
He's
so
not?
no.
Who told you that?
I met him.
Oh, and he was not nice to you?
He wasn't nice to anybody. He was
Oh,
very rude and very.
Well,
He's just a jerk. So
Well,
good.
I don't think that was called for. But I didn't. How did I not know about this? We'll have to chat
You
about
weren't
this.
with me. I was in Vegas without you with
I
my
have
friend.
I have to find out a little more about that sometime. A free apple on a Delta airline flight cost a lady $500. Have you been following this at all? It's happened about, I don't think, Thursday, Friday, something like that.
Oh yeah, she took it with her when she got off the plane.
It's crazy. And I've been trying to get more details on this, and I have a link to the story if you want to read all about it. A free apple on a Delta flight cost a woman $500. Here's why. After she was fined for taking the apple off the plane and trying to go through customs. Now, It's not like she was trying to smuggle it through. It was in a plastic bag that said Delta right on it. And the guy at the customs, I think this was just really
so
bad.
it was customs that fined her, not
Yeah.
the airline.
No.
I thought the airline fined her for taking her free snack with
She
her.
got
I was
a
like,
snack.
I've taken the free snacks with me
she
lots
got
of
a snack
times.
on the airplane. She got off the airplane, was not hungry at the time, so she didn't eat it. It was in her
Right.
bag. And when
I
she was
can
going
see that, though.
through-
You're not supposed to take fruit,
Okay.
and you're supposed to declare it and
But here's
all that.
here's the issue that I have. The guy flat out said, he said, so was your did you spend a lot of money on your trip, or was this an expensive trip? Something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing here. And she goes, yeah, it was kind of expensive. He goes, well, it's a lot more expensive now. And he handed her a $500 fine. And she said, what is that for? And he goes, you can't bring this in. She said, can we just throw it away? I don't need it. I just got it on the airplane. Nope, too late. I think
Wow.
that's wrong. They should have said, you can't bring that in. And if she said, no, I'm bringing this apple in, I need it, then yeah, you get a fine. But a $500
Yeah, that's
fine.
ridiculous.
And nobody on the airplane said, hey, by the way, eat your apples on the plane, or, throw them away before you get. So she's fighting it, and
Well,
rightfully
absolutely.
so.
She'll win that.
$500 for an
she's
apple.
not going to have to pay that.
That's more expensive than an Apple product from like the iPhone place. $500 for an Apple. Not an Apple iPhone, just an Apple. Anyway, the world's oldest person passed away Saturday. 117-year-old Japanese woman died on Saturday.
I saw that.
While bungee
Holy
jumping.
cow.
No, just kidding. I added the bungee jumping thing. 117, though. Holy cow. And speaking of getting up there in age, Queen Elizabeth celebrated her 92nd birthday in London, featuring Kylie Minogue and Sting. That's how Heidi's going to celebrate her 92nd birthday.
I would love that.
That would be kind of cool. Kylie Minogue and Sting will both be gone by the time we get to pretty sure.
I don't think that they'll
I don't
still
know.
be around.
And I don't know if we will either. And that is going to do it for our Scoop of the Day, courtesy of 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Do you have ideas for t-shirt designs, but you don't have a clue how to print them? Or maybe you'd like to have t-shirts and coffee mugs available to buy online with your business logo printed on them. There's a website that makes it easy. We set ours up in about 10 minutes. There's no sign-up fee, no minimum orders, no monthly fees. It's just a really easy way to put some cool items online for sale, and you get paid every time somebody buys them. You don't have to print or ship anything. Just sign up, upload your designs, and then let people know where they can get your cool stuff. More details available at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
John and Heidi.
Thank you so much for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Today is a special day. We've got a guest from a great organization. It's called Junior Achievement USA, and I've been a part of this on a local level, and I hope other people listening have an idea of what it is, but if you don't, stick around. We're going to tell you all about it. We have Jack Kosakowski. He's the CEO of Junior Achievement, and he's on the line with us now. How are you, sir?
I'm doing terrific. Thank you, John.
Well, thank you for doing what you guys do. Junior Achievement is an amazing organization. Let's talk about what you guys do for people who maybe don't understand what Junior Achievement is.
Well, John, our mission is pretty simple. It's to inspire and prepare young people to succeed in a global economy, which basically what that means is we work with young people on financial literacy skills, workforce readiness so that they're prepared for the world of work, and also entrepreneurship skills. And so really it's all about making kids successful in life.
And April is Financial Literacy Month, so it's a great month to talk to you guys. But you guys do this all year long. It's not like something you only do in April, right?
That is correct. Each year we reach here in the United States about 4.8 million young people.
That's an amazing statistic. That's a lot of kids that you reach.
It is, and what's really special about Junior Achievement is rather than being a kind of a book learning, we're very much experience-based. We have nearly 250,000 adult volunteers, most of them business folks, that work with our students.
And I think that's really a neat thing. I've had the opportunity on a local level to work with Junior Achievement, and it's an amazing organization, and it's really neat to see the other volunteers that step up to help. But you could have all the volunteers in the world. If you don't have somebody directing and showing them what to do and putting all the information together, you make it so easy for people when somebody volunteers their time. They come in and you've got it all kind of laid out, so it's really simple and easy to do. How long has Junior Achievement been around, and how did it get to this point?
John, actually, a great question, because in 2019, we will be celebrating our centennial, 100 years of existence.
Wow.
And when you look at the history of JA, many of your listeners probably think of our JA Company program, which is where students actually form a company, produce a product, sell it, and so on. And that is actually the program that started way back in 1919. And it really happened in those days because of the move from an agricultural economy into an industrial economy. And so over the years, as we moved into a service economy, we started to go in the schools with more classroom-based programs. But we always kept the learn by doing aspect as part of what we do.
So it's been going on since 1919. I had no idea. So think of the forward thinking they had back then to put this together. It's amazing, and congratulations on almost 100 years.
Well, thank you. And yes, I mean, what's key is the foundational tenets of what we teach and work with on the kids are really timeless.
So now there was recently a survey of U.S. teens aged 13 to 17, and there were some surprising results about their financial education. Let's talk a little bit about that survey.
Well, yes, John. With the financial support of the AIG, we conducted the survey this year. We've been doing this survey actually for about the past 20 years as part of Financial Literacy Month, just to get a sense of where kids are. And while the results are similar this year, the one big aha that came out of this year's survey was that when asked what their financial goals are, these teens, only half of them identified one of the goals as financial independence from their parents. And this is a huge change from prior years.
Where do kids get their financial education from right now, and why do we think that's changing?
Well, as parents, we need to know that we are their first source of information. 70% of the students that we surveyed said that they go to their parents for basic financial skills, and unfortunately, many parents feel ill-equipped to provide that information. So then the next source the students go to is the web, primarily social media, which can be good or it can be dangerous, so we're a bit concerned about that. And the third is they would go to their friends or other members of the family, and so it's a little bit roundabout way of getting the information.
So what are some tips that teens can maybe use to help with that financial responsibility? You guys have some tips for them?
Well, we do, and I would encourage teens and parents as well to go to the Junior Achievement website, which is ja.org, which has some general information. It actually has tips for parents in terms of how to talk to their teens about managing money. I'd also encourage them to go to a website called JA My Way, which has practical applications that a teen can walk through, everything from discovering what their career interests are to managing their money, to getting information if they want to start a business.
And I'm going to make it easy. I'll put links to those on our Facebook page to make it really simple and really easy. I appreciate you taking the time today to visit with us. I really appreciate what you're doing at Junior Achievement. And congratulations on almost 100 years. And Jack, I understand you weren't there when it started, so I just want to make sure we clear that up. But again, thank you for doing what you're doing to keep it going. It's an amazing program, and it's making a huge impact in our country, so thank you.
Well, thank you, John, and thank you for being a volunteer. It's people like you that make it possible.
Well, we do what we can, and again, the group is called Junior Achievement, and I'm going to have a link to the information about the study that was recently done. And if you'd like to get all the details, we have that at facebook.com/John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
It's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough, available now on Amazon, or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
An iguana can stay underwater for 28 minutes.
Huh.
They can hold their breath for a long time.
I guess so.
I didn't know that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Crocodiles and alligators are surprisingly fast on land. Although they are rapid, they are not agile. So if you ever find yourself chased by one, run in a zigzaggy line. You'll lose him or her every time because they have those short, stubby little alligator crocodile legs.
Okay.
So they can't go back and forth very easily. It's hard for them to turn. So there you go. And one last fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Horses cannot vomit. I did not know this.
Huh.
Who tried to get a horse to vomit? Like, what are you guys feeding him, tequila or what? This horse, he sure can't hold his liquor. I guess I didn't know that was a thing, but apparently there you go. Another interesting and very fun fact, courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com.
John and Heidi.
If you're a business owner trying to do your own website, maybe it's time to get help. Or if you don't even have a website, it's definitely time for help. It's 2018. This internet thing is here to stay. At 49bydesign.com, we offer a simple plan to get you online for just $49 a month with no setup fee. This includes a website with the hosting and domain name included in the price. We have larger packages available, but this will get you online so people can find you in 2018. We're affordable by design at 49bydesign.com. That's 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the grandiloquent word of the day. It is ishkabibble. Ishkabibble. What do you think ishkabibble means,
I have
Heidi?
no idea.
ISHKABIBBLE. Ishkabibble is an exclamation. It is a dismissive slang expression meaning I should worry. The origin of this word is unclear. It popped up in America in 1913 and seems to be a fake Yiddish-ism, a sentence that sounds like a Yiddish word, but it isn't. Ishkabibble is the word of the day. It's our grandiloquent word. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.
John and Heidi.
Now you can fly anywhere in the world and pay discount prices on your airline tickets. Book a flight today to London, Paris, Madrid, or anywhere else you want to go. And pay a lot less guaranteed. Call the International Travel Department right now at Low Cost Airlines.
800-719-5601. 800-719-5601. That's 800-719-5601.
Now some weird news on a Wednesday. A burglar in Georgia tried to disguise himself with a clear water bottle plastic package for a mask. Did I mention that it was clear? He attempted to rob a GameStop. Given the fact that the mask he was wearing is clear, it didn't take long for police to identify 22-year-old Kerry Hammond. Police say police did not say if he actually stole anything from the business. Hammond was last seen driving a 2006 Ford Taurus that could possibly still have dealer tags on it. Police say he was active. Police say he has 2 active felony warrants for his arrest for burglary and criminal damage to property in the second degree. So, tried to rob a place with a clear plastic bag over his head. A lot of reasons that's a bad idea. Just saying.
Yeah.
The clear part would be the main, and the plastic bag over the head would be another. And the robbing is also a no-no. So just a lot of things went wrong right there, Carrie. So don't do that again. Again, this has been our weird news, courtesy of 49bydesign.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for your moment of duh, courtesy of LearnWithoutLoans.com. And this is a bizarre story, Heidi. Uber has banned a driver in the Denver area from their app, and they're investigating when a University of Denver professor described a very terrifying Uber ride. Have you seen this online?
I have not.
Series of tweets. It came out Tuesday morning. He said he was going to take me to a hotel, then he pulled off the highway.
Oh.
We got to a stoplight. I started yelling, "Let me out of the effing car," and he wouldn't unlock the doors. The guy wouldn't let her out. The law professor, Nancy Long, wrote on Twitter, "I started pounding on the windows until some construction workers looked over. Then he unlocked the doors. I jumped out, but my suitcase was in the trunk. I started screaming and pounding on the trunk until he popped it open. Then he got out of the car and started coming toward me." She posted that she had to call Uber to get a different ride so she wouldn't miss her flight, but she reported the incident, and this guy is in a bit of trouble.
Holy cow.
Yeah, that is just weird. Why would you
See, that is
do
what
that?
always worries me about Ubers or Lyft or whatever, because you don't know who you're calling and who's
But
coming to pick you up, and it
here's the
could be just
thing.
any random person. Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
So you don't know who you're getting in a car with.
But do you know if you get in a taxi? Do you know if you're getting
No, but
in a
at
limo?
least they
You
have to
don't
be
know.
licensed, and they have to,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
I
There's
understand.
like a little bit of a background
You would
check
hope
there, because
so,
there's
but-
an employer that's hiring them.
You would hope so, but I wonder how stringent any of that is. But this is a scary story. I got a link to this in our show notes blog at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
In a world that constantly tells you you're not good enough,
12 easy ways to lose weight now.
it's easy to start believing that. I'm Amanda Johnson. I have a new perspective on the self-help genre. My book, Becoming Enough, A Heroine's Journey to the Already Perfect Self, will guide you to find your own happiness. Learn to block out the distractions of what the world thinks and learn to be happy with who you truly are. Becoming Enough, available now on Amazon, or learn more at amandajohnson.tv.
John and Heidi.
Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi's actually submitting stories now.
I'm finding all kinds of stuff.
It's like, hey, we could use this for fake news for Florida. The ones that she sends are always Florida, by the way. They're all real stories. She's never submitted a fake news story. But take a listen to this, Heidi. You got to tell me, is this fake news or did this really happen in Florida? Here's the story. A bogus dentist attempted to treat a woman's toothache by kissing her buttocks. Fake news or Florida?
Oh.
Would that help a toothache, do you think?
It wouldn't help a toothache, but I'm going to say fake news.
Oh, doggone it. You're wrong. It's Florida. That really
Wow.
happened. And I have a link to the story, if you don't believe me. A link to the story about a bogus dentist attempting to treat a woman's toothache by kissing her rear end. Somehow that was going to help. I don't know how. Was that anesthesia or something? I'm not sure. But anyway, I do have a link to the story. It's in our show notes blog at johnandheidishow.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is just an awesome, adorable, really cool story. And you can find a link to this story in our show notes blog at johnandheidishow.com. Our good news, by the way, comes your way courtesy of Odiva, the monthly subscription service for ladies. All the details at radiosavings.com. 2 black bear cubs are safe after their mother, sadly, was killed in a car accident. She wasn't driving a car. She was hit by a car. I just want to make sure I clear that up. Because the way I first said it, it sounded like she was driving a car. But it was a bear, so that didn't happen. She was struck by a vehicle. And a Virginia state trooper swooped in and saved the day. The bears were rescued after their mother was hit and killed by a vehicle in Virginia. And Virginia State Police posted a sweet picture of 2 baby cubs on Facebook, and the post has gone viral. It says, a glimmer of hope for these sweet little guys who were rescued by Senior Trooper D.H. Celenipik. C-E-P-E-L-N-I-K.
Okay, anyway.
Sapelnik. Anyway, their mother was struck and killed in a traffic crash. Facebook post reads, the cubs are being cared for at the Wildlife Center of Virginia. And I've got a link to the story if you want to read all about it. But it's an adorable photo of this guy holding 2 bear cubs. They're a lot smaller than I thought they would be. But they must just be little itty-bitty baby bears.
Well, all babies are small.
Well, yeah. But bears are big. So I was thinking bear cubs would be
they had full-size bears?
No, I didn't think that they came out as full-size. I mean, these are the size of like a big puppy. So, I don't know. And they're adorable. And I wonder,
I love bears.
At what point do they quit being adorable and start being, I'm going to bite your face off with your, that's the scary thing right there. You don't want to be on the wrong side of that line. But it's a great story, and it's Virginia State Police doing a really fine job there. So I do have a link to that story in our show notes blog at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Have a great Wednesday.